Hello everyone, my name is Chaitali Verikar, Assistant Professor in Botany, PS College of Arts and Science, Farmagudi. The name of the program is Bachelor of Science, second year, subject Botany, semester 3, course code is BOC 101, course code is BOS 101, course title Floriculture. Title of the unit is Scope, module name is Government Incentives and Schemes and also Constraints of the Commercial Floriculture in India. These are the outline. Introduction to government incentives or initiatives and schemes and constraints of commercial floriculture in India. These are the learning outcome which introduces the government initiatives and schemes and explains the constraint of the commercial floriculture in India. Now starting with the introduction to government initiatives or schemes, Department of Agriculture and Cooperation under the Ministry of Agriculture is the nodal organization which is responsible for development of the floriculture sector. It is responsible for formation and implementation of national policies and program which aims at achieving rapid agricultural growth through optimum utilization of land, water, soil and plant resources of the country. Several schemes have been initiated by government for promotion and development of the floriculture sector, including integrated development of commercial floriculture, which includes production and productivity of traditional cut flowers through availability of quality planting material. It also includes production of off-season and quality flowers through protected cultivation. Also, improvement in post-harvest handling of flowers and training persons for a scientific floriculture. The measures taken by the Government of India for promoting the development and exports of floriculture products are given as under. First one is the central government measures for promotion of floriculture, wherein soft loans at 5 to 4% are available from National Horticultural Board, up to maximum limit of rupees 1 crore for establishment of structural facilities like cold storage, pre-cooling units, packing and grading sheds and refrigerated transport. Subsidy is given by the government for drip irrigation up to rupees 15,000 per hectare or 50% of the cost for drip irrigation is given. Thirdly, National Bank of Agricultural and Rural Development, which is called as NABARD, is also assisting entrepreneurship in setting up floricultural projects. Second is establishment of APEDA and its role in promoting floricultural products and export. First one is a scheme for development of infrastructure and services. Under this scheme, assistance is available for purchase of specialized transport units such as refrigerated or insulated vans for transport of floriculture products. Second, scheme for development of post-harvest infrastructure. Under this scheme, assistance is available for setting up of facilities such as pre-cooling and cold storage units. Third is scheme for packing or packaging development. Here, APEDA in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Packaging, Mumbai is constantly involved in developing packaging standards and design for various products. Fourth is a scheme for export promotion and market development. Here, APEDA provides financial assistance for first, a supply of product sample for test marketing. Second, preparation of product literature, publicity material, films, etc. Third, for brand publicity through advertisement. Fourth, participation in international trade fairs and exhibitions. Now coming to the constraints of floriculture commercial. Floriculture. First one, a low performance is attributed to many constraints like non-availability of airspace in major airlines. Secondly, lack of infrastructural facilities like greenhouse, glass houses and poly houses along with that cold chains. Thirdly, lack of knowledge about importing and exporting countries. Fourth, lack of quality consciousness of the produce which affects the floriculture industry as a whole. Next, lack of sale promotion activities in India. And lastly, lack of market intelligence regarding leading varieties, selling price, etc. It also includes, along with this, training centers wherein it should be established for training the personnel in the floriculture and allied areas. Then, exporters should plan and monitor effective quality control, which measures the life from production to post-harvest, storage and transportation. These are the references. Thank you.